sir.
When you're ready, can you make sure your mic is turned on?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Where's Joe and James? The J guys.
Nobody knows unless they come.
The J guys. Okay, here we go. Double J.
They made it. Hey, Doc. How
The
you
J
doing?
guys have made it. I just asked where the J guys were. Glad to see you. You good?
Yes, blessed. Good to be here. Mr. Stevens, you got 1 minute, sir. How you doing?
Lesson done.
That's right. Huff and puff your tail right on up here, brother.
New chairs? Yes, sir.
Yes, and make sure you
That's
lift it at
all,
the
Mrs.
bottom before you try to sit on the floor.
Okay. Yes, sir.
On which,
Got 1 minute.
Doc, how you doing, man? Man, I'm blessed. Aching a little bit, but I'm here, thank the Lord. Yeah, well, at least you can feel the pain. Ah, glory. Yes. No wonder they woke me on time. Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Steelers.
Don't
Boy, they
yeah.
did the job the other night. My frat brother made me so mad when he didn't win that game.
Everybody. Not just yourself.
It is now 6 o'clock.
I'm all right.
Chair will call this January 21st, 2025 regular call board meeting to order. Brown, has the public been notified?
Yes, sir.
I do affirm a quorum. Chair will ask for motion to go into executive session for personnel items.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we get an executive session for personnel matters, providing I get a second.
Second such motion.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison Williams. Ms. Harrison Williams.
That's right.
Mr. Joe.
Fix it.
And second by Dr. Harris. Going to executive session for personnel reasons. All in favor, show by raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0. We're going into executive session. Very short. We're gonna get y'all home on time.
Just to raise it up. Oh, Mo couldn't get up.
We ready? Chair would ask for a motion to exit executive section. No action taken.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Make a motion, we exit executive session, no actions taken.
A second.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison Williams to exit executive session. No action taken. Y'all, excuse me, that's my boss, man. I can't answer that phone. Let me cut this thing off. And second by Mr. Davis to exit executive session. No action taken. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0. At this time, I just wanted to welcome everyone out there that's looking at this broadcast. We do thank you for your support, supporting our children. We thank you, our staff, administrative staff, all our principals, our teachers, our community members, our students. We just want to welcome you to our board meeting. At this time, can we get approval of the agenda?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, excuse me. Y'all, I told you, let me put my glasses on, I'm sorry. Yeah. This time we have our Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A moment of silence, please. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. All right. At this time, we have approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we approve the agenda as presented.
A second.
Ms. Williams made the motion to approve the agenda as presented, second by Mr. Davis. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 7. Do we have any public comment, Mr. Davis?
Sir Chair, no, we do not.
Thank you. At this time, we want to do recognition and presentation. This time, I just wanted to say that y'all know that we have one among us today that she's a pioneer. So many great things she has done for this community. I know she has to be a great wife, but what she has done and, outpouring things she have done for this community it is outstanding. So I'm gonna read this right here. On behalf of the South Carolina School Board Association, I am honored to inform you that you have been selected as a recipient of our Champion of Public Education Award. The award is presented to community residents, organizations, and business and industries whose support and contribution have significantly benefited public schools. The Fairfield School Board of Trustees nominated you because of your invaluable contribution and time and resources to support public schools. You serve as a role model to all of the South Carolina. We will work with the board and the district staff to coordinate the date. Of course, we know what the date is today. Now, I just wanted to say, just outstanding. And, Dr. Resk, you've just been what I call a role model, and I know everyone in here that knows you will shake their head and say, yeah, she's hard work with this foundation, all the work she put into it. No money. So now I want to move a little further. Tonight we have our current FCSBA Region 12 Director Sylvia Harris, who served as Vice Chairperson of the Fairfield County School Board. Mrs. Williams as Regional Director to represent Cherokee, Chester, Fairfield, Lawrence, 55, 56, Newberry, and Union School District. At this time, we're going to ask Mrs. Williams, I'm going to get that right, to present Dr. Rex. Would you please come up?
To the Fairfield County School District Board Chair, Henry Miller, members of the Fairfield County Board, and Superintendent Dr. Tony Hemingway, thank you for the opportunity to make a special awards presentation on behalf of the South Carolina School Board Association. It is with a pleasure for me to make a presentation like this one as both Vice Chairperson of the local school board and FCSBA, newly elected Region 12 representative. Due to the inclement weather, FCSBA President Charles Govan is unable to present this tonight. He sent his deepest regards and congratulations to you. So at this time, I would like Chairman Miller and Dr. Hemingway to join us down front to assist with this night's presentation. And y'all can stand right there. And here tonight to recognize the work of Dr. Sue Rex, you and your party can also join them. You can join them at front, your husband too. Oh, you standing on the corner.
You wanted to
We're
take a
gonna
picture?
let you go up there. Oh, first, we say thank you. Thank you for your wonderful collaboration with Fairfield County School District. This is a partnership which displays your dedication and commitment to the success of public school children. The link between Dr. Sue Rex and the school district serves as a model for our school districts in our state, and is why the South Carolina School Boards Association is proud to recognize and honor you with our Champions for Public Education Award. SCSBA present the Champions for Public Education Award to businesses, nonprofit organizations, and individuals who make a significant contribution in support of public schools. Dr. Sue Rex received this nomination because of her tremendous support of the district. We want you to know that your hard work does not go unnoticed. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about this great partnership with the district. Dr. Sue Rex has lived a lifetime devoted to teaching, first in special education, and then as a professor of education at Winthrop University. Her background in education and service during the tenure of her husband, Jim Rex, as the former South Carolina Superintendent of Education, garnered her a seat at the table of Fairfield County School District Education Foundation, established in her hometown school district. She leads the group as chairperson of the board with the responsibility of spearheading efforts to create the first teacher village in the state, the Villages at Winsboro. The goal of building the village was to advance the district's efforts in recruiting and retaining high-quality, effective teachers through affordable housing. Dr. Sue Rex was instrumental in making the dream a reality by forging partnership with Inspire the participation of diverse stakeholders to leverage resources. The partnership between the two is a pyramid to the vision of both organizations. The time and effort Dr. Sue Rex shares with the district has a direct positive impact on Fairfield County School District students. It should be evident to all why we are recognizing Dr. Sue Rex tonight. The South Carolina School Board Association acknowledges and appreciates your efforts. Thank you for being a true champion for public education, and congratulations. And it says, Champions for Public Education,
Thank you, Ms. Harris.
Congratulations.
You know, love you. Just outstanding person. Dr. Hemingway, you have anything to say about that? You wanna say
We
something?
just want to say thank you for all the work that you've done. We know that the effort is a tireless one for creating and working to develop the teacher village, one that will serve our district for recruiting and retaining high-quality teachers, and we know that vision will live on because of the work that you've done. So thank you very much for that.
You want to say something, Dr. Rex? Go right ahead.
Yes, I want to, first of all, thank the Board of Trustees for this great honor. But I also want to share this honor with the other board members on our foundation, because this was a team effort.
Right.
There are 15 of us on the board, and we've worked tirelessly for the past 8 years to make this happen. And I see all these administrators here. Thank you for being here this evening. I'm just so honored, and thank you. I just want you to know that we've got a group of great people on our foundation board, and we've worked to make this happen together. So thank you.
Thank you. Clap your hands. Yeah. Thank you. And as Ms. Williams said, that our former state superintendent, Dr. Jim Rex, we thank you too. I know y'all be working together. Thank you so much. At this time, we have Board Appreciation Month. I don't know where we're going with it. Who takes over that?
So first, we have a video presentation that we'll share to honor our Board of Trustees, and then our school administrators will come in the order that they are in the program to present each of you with a token of their appreciation.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I bring you greetings on behalf of McCory Liston School of Technology to Superintendent Hemingway, to our board chair, Henry Miller, and to our Board of Trustees. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for all of the unwavering services that you have provided to all of us. But to none other than our very own Henry Miller, who's our board chair, I want you to know that we appreciate you dearly on behalf of McCory Liston School of Technology. You've been there as our #1 fan, and we just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us. So I would like to present this gift in token of appreciation for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. We're going to get it on out of here. I want to take a picture. Yeah, she got on the blue one. We got coordinate this thing. Thank you, Dr. Got me a shirt in here. You ain't the only one got a shirt in half. Got my shirt up in here.
It ain't like mine.
Get on ahead. I don't want that.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Harrison Williams, on behalf of Giger, just thank you for everything. Since I've started, you've welcomed me into not only your family, but the Fairfield family. We've been side by side. You've been a light, you've been a common voice, and you've been very supportive. So thank you for all that you do, and thank you for each and every one of you for all of your support.
Oh, no, we don't. We see that on there? That's right. Josie? You ain't got to work. I take him a good wife.
No.
Thank you. Next.
Good evening, everyone. As my two colleagues have said, we are blessed to have board members like you all. On behalf of Fairfield Magnet School for Math and Science, we appreciate you all being all in for everyone, the faculty, the staff, the students, and every member of this family here at Fairfield County School District. Again, thank you so very much. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you continuing to fight for us. Our board member, Mr. Darrell Davis, entrusting us with both of his children, and we thank him for that. We thank you, Mr. Davis, for always being available and always being able to answer questions and relay messages for us on behalf of Fairfield Magnet School for Math and Science. Thank you, and we hope you accept this token from us on behalf of how much we appreciate all that you do.
Nothing, Kappa.
No, he looked at Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. He came in with all that on that.
Good evening, everyone. I bring you greetings from Fairfield Middle School, where we are the home of Griffin Pride. And so on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and administration of Fairfield Middle School, I would just like to say happy School Board Appreciation to all of you. And to our board member, Pastor Carl Jackson Jr., we thank you for everything that you do. We know that often it can be a thankless position, but nonetheless, we thank you for your service.
Amen.
Good evening. Oh, I see you ready. To our board chair, members of the board, superintendent, from Kelly Miller Elementary, we are so grateful to have you. We appreciate all that you do. I'm not a talker, but I want you to know sincerely from our heart, we love you, and we are so grateful for everything that you do. Now, for our representative, he keeps us laughing, he keeps us going, and he is always inspiring us and always at everything that we do. So we appreciate you, and Mr. Siebels, I don't know what they put in this bag, but it is heavy. Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
Good evening. Good evening. Protocol being established. I am Jamie Brunson, Director of Gordon Odyssey Academy, and I stand before you representing myself, Dr. Cleve Pollitt from Fairfield Career and Technology Center, and Dr. Tracy Swilly from Fairfield Central High School. And we would just like to say happy Board Appreciation Month. We appreciate all that you do, the hard work that you put in to lay a foundation for our students that when they leave, they are college and career ready. We thank you for all that you do. But to our board member, Dr. Harris, we extend a special right hand of fellowship to say thank you for your service and your support for our respective locations. So please come forward and receive your tokens.
Now, Dr. Harris, since you got so many, you want to share some of that?
Good evening, Chairman Miller, Fairfield County School Board members, as well as Dr. Hemingway. I know that we are last. It's because we're the best. I am Dr. Roberta Hayward, principal of Fairfield Elementary School. Our theme this year is everyone is an important piece of the puzzle. I would like to thank each and every board member for being an important piece of the puzzle as we develop our Griffins from the elementary school up to be successful students and to fill in the character of a profile of a Griffin graduate. We have the best school board in any district compared to other places we've seen. So we are very grateful and proud to have you. Happy Board Appreciation Month. Fairfield Elementary is represented by, I'm going to say this, I hope you don't mind, Sister Renee Green. We really appreciate your support, your kind words, and you coming to support our parents, students, as well as teachers. We appreciate everything you do to fill in our puzzle. Thank you.
That's Sarah.
Just like to say thank you. And I know all of us from the bottom of our heart. Yes. It's touching, you know, because sometimes it is a thankless job. And just, you know, it ain't about big gift. I'm kidding, but it's about, you know, if it wasn't, it could have been a cracker. It would have made a difference. And thank y'all so much. At this time, we're going to board minutes for December the 14th. Can we get a motion?
Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the board minutes from the December 17th regular call board meeting.
I second.
Motion made by Ms. Williams. Let me get that thing straight. Second by Mr. Davis. To accept the board minutes from December the 14th. All in favor show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. 0. Check. At this time, we have our superintendent report.
Thank you, Mr. Miller, Mr. Chair. Tonight on the superintendent's report, first I want to just acknowledge the outstanding job of our board members and thank you for everything that you do. And I know that this was the night for our schools to kind of present you with the gift, but Dr. Campbell and the rest of our team has scraped some pennies together and we got you these new chairs that So we want to share that with you as our token of appreciation for everything that you do. For announcements, at Fairfield Middle School, we have the Amazing Shake coming up on January 29th. And this is an opportunity for our students to show their outstanding skills in making a first impression. I understand that we had some students who made it all the way to Atlanta last year with the Amazing Shake, and I had the opportunity to sit on the panel to greet these students and have their one-on-one first impression conversations, and they did an amazing job. So I'm looking forward to them coming back in the next round on January 29th. January 28th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., our HR team is hosting a virtual job fair, and that's an opportunity for us to engage with teacher candidates from across the country that they've advertised to have them come and take a look at Fairfield School District. And so I'm excited to see what the results of that will be with new teachers coming to our district. Then we also, on February 14th, Valentine's Day, have a district-wide PD that will be professional learning offerings for everyone in our district. The theme is Love for Learning, and we have a lot of lovely presentations that will take place that day. And so I'm excited about the opportunities we have to showcase that. Tomorrow there is no school because of the pending weather, and we've sent notification out to our families and our staff. We want to make sure that we are keeping their safety at the forefront of everything that we do, and with the conditions tonight and possible conditions in the morning, we felt that it would be best for us to just take some precaution on calling school for tomorrow. So that's an announcement for our families. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robinson.
Good evening, Chairman Miller, to the Board of Trustees, and Dr. Hemingway. This evening you have the December 2024 Finance Report for your information and review. As you're well aware, the tax revenues start to come in, especially November and December. And in January, I think last week was the deadline for the property taxes. So next month, we should have a fairly good idea of how we'll look in terms of that portion of our revenue, which is significant. Other than that, everything looks normal for the month of December, so it's just presented for your information. Any questions, comments?
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Robinson. Curriculum and instruction. Dr. Avery.
Good evening.
Good evening.
For your approval, the first item under C&I are two out-of-state field trip requests for Fairfield Career and Technology Center and Fairfield Central High School. Fairfield Central High School students who are on the wrestling team will be participating in a wrestling competition, and our students in the welding program will be competing in a Skills USA welding competition in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, can we get a motion?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the overnight out-of-state field trip request as submitted for Fairfield Central High School and Fairfield Career and Technology Center.
Second such motion.
Motion made by Ms. Williams, second by
Dr. Harris.
Dr. Harris. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0. Go right ahead.
All right, second item is the approval of the continuous improvement plan for Fairfield Elementary School. If you remember back in November, we came forth forth to you to share with you all in reference to Fairfield Elementary status as a underperforming school. And as a result of that, we have to submit, in collaboration with stakeholders from Fairfield Elementary School, a continuous improvement plan. And the plan outlines 3 performance goals focused on student achievement in ELA and math, based on SC Ready. The plan itself outlines specific strategies that they plan to utilize to help improve student achievement. Each quarter, we will be coming forward to you to provide you with an update as it relates to the status and the progress toward them meeting the performance goals that have been outlined in the CIP plan. This plan, after your approval, will be submitted to the to the South Carolina Department of Education for their approval as well.
Yes. Can we get a motion?
Sir Chair, I make a motion that we accept the superintendent's recommendation to approve the continuous improvement plan for Fairfield Elementary School.
I second.
Motion made by Ms. Green, second by Mr. Davis, to accept the superintendent recommendation to approval of the continuous improvement plan for the Fairfield, elementary school. All in favor show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. Okay.
The next item is the proposed 2025-2026 academic calendar. And the calendar outlines the first day for teachers as July 25th, 2025. The first day of school for students will be August 1st, 2025. It also includes 2 intersession breaks, one taking place October 14th through the 17th and February 17th through February 20th, 2026. Also outlined on the calendar is the last day of school, which will be May 29th, 2026. And I've also outlined on the calendar the professional development days along with teacher planning and the work day. This calendar was shared with our stakeholders back in December. So we received a little over maybe about 105 comments as it relates to the calendar. And one of the most asked questions, one was if we could move the parent conference day. Initially on the draft, we had the conference day on a Thursday, well, on a Wednesday, and we moved that day in March to a Thursday, which outlined on the calendar, I believe, as March 26th. A second most popular asked question, of course, was why are we starting school on a Friday? That was one of the questions that was posed by many of our stakeholders, especially our parents. And of course, we recognize that if we were to start school the following week, then students may not have the opportunity to be able to enjoy an intersession break. And so we wanted to make sure that the calendar remains balanced by having 90 days in the fall semester and 90 days in the spring semester. Because state law requires that students must have 180 days of attendance. And also for our high school courses, they must be able to earn credit within those 180 days. So that was one of the biggest questions as to why we didn't necessarily start school on a Friday or on a Monday. And one of the benefits that even our teachers shared, they do like having the first day of school on a Friday. So again, they can go ahead and get the routines out of the way on that Friday and be able to start the week fresh. And I'm sure Ms. Green, you can relate as a classroom teacher. They can start Monday on a full week and be able to start instruction on Monday.
Can we get a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the first reading of the 2025-26 academic calendar.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Williams, second by Mr. Davis, to accept the superintendent approval for the first reading of the 2020-25-2026 academic calendar. Question? Dr. Avery. Now, you said we got feedback from the parents?
Yes.
Okay.
And the survey for the feedback opened probably right before we left for winter break in December. So they had over a month to submit their feedback to the calendar. And after tonight's first reading, we will reopen the calendar survey up again So again, parents will have, and stakeholders and students will have another month or so before the next meeting in February to continue to share their feedback.
That's great.
Thank you. Any questions? All in favor, show by the raising of the first reading, show by raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0.
All right,
Thank you. Right. Student Services, Dr. Campbell.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
For you tonight, for your consideration, is the second reading of a few policies that you approved in last month's board meeting. Again, each month after we present policies to the board, and I apologized for not recognizing Chairman Miller, the rest of the board members, and Dr. Hemingway. I have snow on the brain, so I apologize for that. Each month after we present the policies for first reading, these go to all of our administrators for feedback. And so with this first group of policies, we received no feedback from our administrators on these policies. And the policies for this first motion is policy JA, student goals and priority objectives, policy JAA, equal education opportunities, and policy JI, students' rights and responsibilities, with the accompanying rule for that policy. And that would be motion 1.
Okay. Can we get a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the second and final reading of the following policies, JA, JAA, and JI.
I second.
Motion made by Ms. Williams, second by Mr. Davis, to accept the superintendent recommendation. Policy JA, science priority objectives, policy JAA, equal education, and policy 2, JI-R. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. All right.
Okay. Your second set of policies is the recommendation is to rescind policy JB, equal education opportunities. And for the benefit of those who may be listening, when we make a recommendation to rescind a policy, it is typically because that information is covered in another policy, or the information that is in that policy is outdated and no longer necessary. So with policy JB, that information is covered in an existing policy, and we want to be concise and not be redundant with our policy. So with this, we are recommending that we rescind policy JB, and that will be motion 2.
Okay. Can we get a motion to rescind?
Chair, I make a motion that we accept the superintendent's recommendation for the board to approve the second and final reading to rescind policy JB, equal educational opportunities.
Second such motion.
Motion made by Ms. Green, second by Dr. Harris, to accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the second and final reading to rescind policy JB, equal educational opportunities. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0. Yes, ma'am.
And your next group are a group of policies that have to do with various, again, we're in J, which has everything to do with our students and how we discipline our students, policies involving our students. So for your consideration for first read tonight, we have policy JB, student involvement in decision-making, policy JICA, student dress, policy JICEA, student-related student publications, policy JICF, secret societies, gang activity, policy JICG, tobacco use by students, and it has an accompanying rule. Policy JICI, weapons in school. Policy GDF, support, classified, and new certified hiring. Policy GCF, professional staff hiring, and the accompanying rule. With the G policies, I mentioned the J's have to do with students. Our G policies are personnel-related policies, and as Dr. Hemingway mentioned, we are entering hiring season with our virtual fair that is coming up. So we do have some revisions to how we operate and hire within our district that we want to go into this hiring season with updated policies. In discussion with Ms. Robinson, we know some of the rules that were recommended by our attorney. We're going to have to bring you some corrections and changes in second read, but it is only for the betterment of how we do business as a district to make sure that we can continue to have that continuous flow of employees coming in and out, and making sure that classrooms are covered, bus routes are covered, et cetera. So that would be motion 3 for that group of policies.
Can we get a motion?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion we accept the superintendent's recommendation to approve the first reading revision to the following policy, JIB, JICA, JICEA, JICF, JICG, JICH-R, GDF, GCF, GCF-R.
Can we get a
A
second?
second.
Motion made by Ms. Williams, second by Ms. Green. I tell you, you give out a breath trying to.
Say all that.
Accept policy JIB, JICA, JICEA, JICF, JICG, JICH, JICI, JDF, and GCF. Did I do that right?
GDF
And GDF.
GCF.
and GCF.
Yes.
Right in the small.
You'll see I got my glasses on, still can't see.
GCFR.
Okay. GDF-R, professional staffing. All right. Yes. All in favor, show by the raising of the, some of them, the first reading, show by the raising of the right hand, please.
Reading.
That would be 7-0. Thank you.
And lastly, we recommend that we rescind, again, policy JIC, which is covered in another policy, and the accompanying rule to the student dress, which is ARJICA, and that will be motion 4.
Can we get a motion, please?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
I make a recommendation that I make a motion, we approve the board first reading to rescind policy JIC, student conduct, and AR-JICA, student dress.
A
I
second.
Motion made by Ms. Williams, second by Mr. Davis. Motion 4 to rescind. Superintendent recommends the board approve the first reading to rescind policy JIC, student conduct, and AR-JICA, student dress. All in favor show by the raising of the right hand. That would be. Thank you, Dr. Campbell.
Thank you so much.
Made it a little easier this time.
Thank you.
Human resources, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board.
Good evening.
Under HR this evening, we have the following item for your approval. Certified resignations and terminations. The superintendent recommends the board approve the certified resignations, terminations as outlined in Exhibit 1 to be effective at the conclusion of the 24-25 academic year.
Can we get a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion, we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the certified resignation termination as outlined in Exhibit 1 to be effective at the conclusion of the 24-25 academic year.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Williams, second by Mr. Davis, accept the superintendent recommendation to approve the certified resignation and termination as outlined on Exhibit 1 to be effective at the conclusion of the 24-25 academic year. All in favor show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. When you come down to time board chair report. Okay, I ain't gonna be long tonight. I promise this. The weather is got bad weather out there. We need to get home. I thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Sue Rex, Dr. Jim Rex for coming, and thank you all for coming. Can we get a motion?
A motion to adjourn?
To adjourn, yes.
I want to make one announcement before we.
I'd like to make an announcement as well.
I'd like to just take this opportunity to honor and the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma and the sisters of Zeta Phi Beta on their Founders Day, January 9th and January 16th, respectively. The organization's is a culture of service and service for humanities, and the focus has been and is and will always be brotherhood / sisterhood, scholarship, and community service. And I just want to acknowledge them for their continued work in education, promoting education, providing scholarships to both our young men and our young ladies. So again, want to just give them a shout out, the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma and the sisters of Zeta Phi Beta. Thank you.
Amen.
Yes, I'd
Ms.
like
Green.
to give a shout out to Dr. Hayward over at Fairfield Elementary School, primary school. They had reading is so much fun last week, and I thought that the way that they incorporated the standards and the curriculum in a fun way for the children and the parents to participate was outstanding. I enjoyed every moment. I had an opportunity to hear Mr. Pilot or Dr. Pilot's book, and how they incorporated Q&A with the open-ended questions at the end of each chapter. That's one. I'd also like to recognize for Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday celebrations around our community. COF had a soup giveaway, and their quote, I believe to be, was from Martin Luther King: "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing?" And what they did was they gave soup to our community, to people in need. So that just shows that we need to work together with our community. My last one, and I'm going fast. My last one was NAACP had an opportunity to have a program at Blackjack Church, and our theme was, the time is always right to do the right thing. Dr. Hemingway was one of our greeters, and he tied in how we are preparing Fairfield County school system, is preparing our children for global learning. That is the right time. This is the right time to do it. I think that we had, another saying was that everybody has a light. Everybody has a light, and we have to make sure that we recognize that everyone has a light and that we appreciate each person's light. Thank you.
I truly want to shout out Shamia Holmes, our student that graduated last year. She was named SEC Women's Freshman of the Week. She is doing a great job up there in Kentucky. Her mom texted me. She will be running in Clemson on February the 14th and the 15th. That's the weekend of my gala, so I won't be able to go, but if anybody can go up there to support her, she will be running track at Clemson on February. And also, my gala is February the 15th. A lot of people are buying tickets and donating, and I sure appreciate it, and the students appreciate it. Next month, I will update y'all on my retreat and the budget, what they're trying to pass now with the school boards, and I think everything is to attack public schools, but because of time, I'll update y'all on everything that the bills that they're trying to pass through the Senate. And and it's one main person that's passing all these budgets that's got to do with public schools, and so it's attack on public schools. So, but I'll update y'all on it. I got all the information, and I'll speak to Dr. Hemingway because I think we already have a policy in B for the school board and training and stuff, but I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but they're trying to do something.
Any more? Can we get a motion, please?
A motion will adjourn.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Williams, second by Mr. Davis. Adjourn. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand.
Right hand.
Meeting adjourned.
Be safe, the snow has fallen.
Thing.
I know, man.
It has fallen. Okay, all right.
No, I'm gonna show you something. This is what I did.
Thank you all.